But
Yeah, that's pretty good.
yeah, and I don't know if I want to talk about it now, but I had one weird night in Midland, Texas. You ever been to Midland, Texas?
No, no, I've never been down to Texas.
That's a good thing. Well, Texas is awesome, but never been to Midland is a good thing. It's a very good thing, man.
Oh yeah, some sketchy, a few sketchy runs there.
One of
Must be
my
something. Must be something good there, but you didn't find it.
No, I didn't find it. And one of my rules was that I didn't want to drive at night. But while I was driving out there, time was changing. You're going into different time zones, and I don't know. I mean, I could talk about it now if you guys want me to. But I
Might as well.
Okay, so Texas is a trip because if you think that if something bad's going to happen, it's going to happen in Texas because you're going to be in Texas the longest. It's going to take about a day and a half because you're driving. Look at Texas. It's like an upside down arrow, right? So it's like that. You're driving from there to there. And one of my biggest mistakes was that I didn't have an itinerary for Airbnb, or I didn't have itinerary for even a hotel. So I would get into town, Tucson the first night, and I'm trying to book hotels and they're all expensive. And it took me about 4 to get, but I booked, and the game plan was to not spend or not drive over 8 hours a day or 500 miles, whichever happened first. I've got a 25-year-old car. And
Yeah,
yeah, and I was like, you know what? And then rule number 2 was that don't drive at night. You know, if something bad happens at night, a spare tire, some of these roads don't even have shoulders. Like, again, California has the best roads. Some of these roads are weird, 2-lane highways. And if something, even a flat tire, like this is going to be a situation. This is going to be a situation. So I get into Midland, Texas, and I don't even know what it is. Like in the video, the vlog, I'm calling it Middleton or Midtown. It was Midland, Texas. And this was as close to like The Hills Have Eyes or a horror movie that you could imagine. And now it's nighttime. I get in there about 9 o'clock. And this is day 2. And I'm not drinking driving out there. I didn't want to be hungover for this trip at all. I didn't want to feel foggy in the morning. I wanted to get up and go. And the Airbnb looks phenomenal. But what they didn't show is that it's like these shitty little 10 cabins that they built on an RV park. So I'm thinking I'm going to someone's house. I'm thinking I'm going to an extension of someone's house. So I get there, and like I said, Texas is weird. Once you get off the main freeway in Texas, there's all these other just kind of 2-lane side, not freeways, but highways that just run parallel with it. And I wanted to go out there with a Thomas guide and think I could do this without a smartphone. There's no way in hell. It would have been impossible for me to find this place. This was Freddy Krueger and Jason combined. So I finally make it to this place, and it's freezing. And it's kind of an okay little podunk thing. I just thought it was somebody's house. I thought I was going to be in suburbia or downtown or something. You're out in the desert. You're in an RV park at night. You don't know what the hell's going on. Midland, Texas. So I've got no food, and I look up, and of course I'm going like 30 miles per hour on the freeway trying to figure out how to get off. And there's everyone behind me and honking and like, F you guys, man. Like, this is life or death in my situation. So I find the spot, and I pull up where to eat food or get a beer, and it's like 7 miles away. And have you ever heard of Whataburger?
I've heard of it. I don't know much about it.
There's all these, their logo looks like the Wonder Woman thing. There's all these W's that showed up, but I didn't know that was their logo till I actually saw it from the Airbnb. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Like I had no food today. I had absolutely no food except for coffee in the morning. No beer, no food. Let's just go to bed, and we're going to get up and go. 2 a.m, I wake up and I hear noises. And I'm so afraid that I just bought this camper shell for my car, and I know how to lock it, but I don't know how the windows open, or, because it's got 2 sliders and screens and stuff like that. At 2 a.m, I'm dead sober. And I wake up and I hear voices. And this isn't a dream. People are like, oh, was it a dream? Now that's Hollywood. Everybody knows when you wake up, this is real life. Everyone knows what a dream is. You know why? Because it takes 2 seconds to figure out what a dream is and, what is reality. And I hear these guys, and my first thought is like, these guys are breaking in. These guys are breaking in. I have my phone. It's 2 a.m. It's 20 degrees out. This is probably a Thursday, maybe Friday. And I hear voices and like, this is the most scared I've been in a very long time. And I jump behind my bed. There's 2 beds. And I hide behind it thinking like, this is it. Like, why are 2 guys breaking in right now? What do you, this isn't a house. You're like, what's going on? And there's just a million things going through your head and there's a lot of angles. But then I quickly noticed that these guys are being too loud. This is way too loud for a break-in. These guys would be way more in stealth mode and there'd be like footsteps and creaky shit. And I've got boxers on. I'm hiding behind a bed like it's going to protect me, like low. And then I just noticed that they're too loud. So I start thinking, you know what? They're not going to break in. They're going to break into my car. And I kind of get close to the door, and I never saw them, but it was kind of like a campsite out there, kind of like just you can hear the rocks and the dirt, like foot scuffles and stuff like that. So I can kind of know where they are. The whole time I'm thinking like, do I call the cops? Do I go out there? Do I hit on all the lights and start, opening and closing doors really fast and freak them out? The more I listen to them, I hear there's an altercation going on. And I'm thinking like, dude, there's going to be an execution. Someone's going to die. Like they're legitimately, why are these guys being too loud at 2 a.m, 20 degrees in Midland, Texas? Someone's going to shoot somebody in the face. So then I hear the guy, and I'm trying to feel like, is it cholos? Is it gangsters? Is it hillbillies? Is there a guy? Is there a girl? And I'm just right there, but it's so loud. And then I hear this one guy just go, hey man, you've been calling me a pussy and making fun of me my whole life. Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go. And I'm just like, whoa, okay, plot twist. No one's breaking in. No one's going to die. There's a dude who's just drunk or he's high on tweak that wants to stand up for himself. So I'm like, okay, I don't need to call the cops. I don't need to go outside. I don't need to do anything. I just need to mind my business. And then I hear another voice. So I hear 3 voices. Dead sober, as alert as you could be, 2 a.m, Midland, Texas. The guy's like, let's go. I hear their feet shuffle. My car's right out here. They're over here. I hear them going at it, and you could just hear him. He's like, you got me in a headlock. I knew I could kick your ass. And I'm at the point where like, this is cool as long as there is no guns or anything that comes out now. And I don't know what happened, but after 5 minutes, the meth wore off, or they just got too cold. But they just like, are you done? I got you in a headlock. Like, that's it. Like, that's it. And then the third party guy was like, that's it, guys. Like, let's go back inside. And that was it. That was all that happened. I woke up in the morning and my car was fine. And I looked at the camper or the little site right next to me, and it was a big old truck. So I could kind of tell. Other than that, man, it was smooth sailing in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Nice. Get the old heart rate going a bit.
That was the most I've been freaked out in a very long time.